Before I do the screencast, I want you all to just think about when this all started and the things that you were told as far as how long we would have to wear those things. It was like went into what, a couple months. Now look where we're at. We're going on what? How long are we going now? Right? And then not only did they say that, they said if you get this, rid this, and still nowhere to, according to them anyway, it's not rid it from the earth and stuff like that. But I want to show you the insanity of the people who called Jew a conspiracy theorist when this all came out. And I'm going to do it via their own news stories. Remember when it first came out? And they said it wasn't about this. Remember that? Wasn't about this at all. They couldn't do this, it was, some people have to do it, some people don't, depending on this, depending on that. Okay, let's check out that claim. Everything else conspiracy theorists said. It's coming true. And my thing is, I'm not... I know why the liars who have to keep it up are saying what they're saying, because they don't put it all... They had already done put their all into it now, so they can't back out. But I want to know... I just want to know the mind state of someone who can still go through remembering everything we said and everything that's going on now and still stick up for the lies. Still do it. But they weren't going to do this, remember? No way they were going to have to do this. And this right here, remember, guys? This whole thing right here, it didn't have anything to do with this right here. From the very beginning, I hope you're following me now. I'm just showing you the insanity of people. From the very beginning, what we said. They all said, no, we're going to have to do this. Oh, I'm not going to get it. Can't make me do it. They will never do that. It's not about your rights. It's not about your personal choice. It's about keeping yourself. Goodness, you people literally are pathetic human beings. Oh my God. And they're still... My thing is, I want to know how they can still...
It's not a return nightmare.
Say... that it wasn't about this, or that they can still say what they say about it.
It's not a return nightmares. We take a look at customers who refuse to wear a mask and were denied service. There have actually made one of the masks. Let's jump.
I could have sworn I hit this. They said this was not going to happen. And imagine now, what I'm having a hard time understanding is how somebody in their right mind can still stick up for these people and still be as crazy looking as these people on these things. And still in their right mind can okay this. You have to understand what I'm saying. These people now who don't belong in this country.
Parents in Australia who fail to vaccinate their children will have welfare payments stopped under government plans. Rules which until now have allowed a conscientious objector loophole are being tightened. The vast majority of children in Australia are vaccinated, but a growing number of refusals has been reported. The Prime Minister fears risks to the population at large.
Yes, people They can, if they like, object to having their kids vaccinated, but if you don't...
Good morning. Thank you so much for...
This is not a college for undecided or undeclared. This is a college for doers. Those who...
Okay. And then you can't see what's... Oh my God. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't even watch an ad or watch a commercial or anything. You can't even see like a dentist commercial without them wearing some, like they're trying to make it so... I mean, they got paintings on the street now. I mean, people are just freaking mentally insane. But, what I was saying, because I noticed in my last video that when I talk and the videos are playing in the background, I can't hear it, but you can hear the video playing in the background. So what I was saying when that video was playing, if you didn't hear me, was my whole thing now is I'm wondering how anybody can, in their right mind, okay this stuff. And, and here, they're basically saying now that there are people who think they're sane and think they're doing some kind of good thing by saying that if you personally don't want to take a needle in your arm or wear a muzzle, you are basically the problem of everything that's going on in the world today. That's how mentally insane these people are. And they're still pushing for it. Remember they said none of this can happen? None of this can happen, but we went from this, that. I was going to go through all of them, but if you want to, just all you got to do is type in any of these captions into YouTube, and you can see what's going on in the world today. And the insanity. And how for somebody to okay that, they got to just, and still okay it after all of this and still not see after every single thing we said. That is the definition of a mentally challenged person who thinks they're sane. And I think they need some kind of I really think that there's a diagnosis of I have a feeling, well, I'm going to diagnose this myself. I have a feeling, or to me, there literally is a disease where there are a lot of crazy people in the world today walking around thinking that they're sane and thinking that, and I think this needs to be researched, discovered. I might even myself, literally, I'm not playing. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm gonna literally try to do some research and see if there's some kind of mental what do you call it? Mental disability, where there are actually fully functioning people who have kids, jobs, and big titles and positions and stuff, who are literally mentally insane, but they don't understand that they're mentally insane. I truly think that there is some kind of, if you don't see that running wild around today of literally insane people who think that they are smart and think that who have absolutely completely lost all freaking common sense. If you don't see that, I'm not saying you're crazy, but I don't know what's wrong with you. But all I know is I'm literally going to start doing some research, and if nobody ain't diagnosed it, I'm gonna diagnose it myself, because there are people in the world like that who exist. And they are in the highest positions of power, and they are politics and politicians and teachers, and just the people that you would think are the most should be on top of things are the most. BRAINWASHED. Sheeple on planet Earth. And as this continues and as this picks up and as we keep on going along and the insanity continues, you will continue to see them and continue to wonder how in the world anybody in that type of mind state or mind frame can exist, other than people who existed when they did the NAZI propaganda back in you know what. Because this is the type, that is basically what they're doing. So, and they're demonizing people who don't want to do certain things. So, in my mind, are you people going to put it if they were to say, well, let's just round up all of these people and put them on a train and exterminate them because of so and so and so. You know, apparently it's them that are a problem. I want to know if you mentally challenge people who think you're sane and think you're Americans, think you're patriots, think you know about rights, and you know you're so hypocritical. I want to know if you'll be like, oh, that's okay. You need to get the hell out of this country. You really do. You're nothing but a traitor. Communist, socialist slug. Cannot think for themselves. And some of you have children, and that is the most scariest thing in the world because that is our future. And if you're raising them, God help us.